Hi, I'm gonna make a video response to Derrie at the Wytches Lair. She just put on a video about where you think your practice is going, but she also talked about color therapy and chakra work and some of the things that she was going to do in her practice. So I just thought that you'd like to hear this, Derrie. One of the things that I started doing about a month ago, when I kept getting sick, is one of the reasons that precipitated it to me. But I got at the Dollar Tree these different color water bottles. I got 3 different colors. The pink I used for self-love, the green for prosperity, and the blue for healing. Now you can take any kind of container and you can do this with anything, but this is a color therapy type work. And I actually have a room that's set aside for Reiki and Reiki work and things like that. So instead of setting this up on my altar or an altar space where I do my magic work, I opted to put this in my Reiki room, and I put the 3 bottles. Every day there's the 3 bottles. There's the green bottle, the blue bottle, and the pink bottle. They're lined up, and then I have crystals pointing to each side, the front and the back of each bottle, and then I have interconnected crystals that I put in between the 3 of them. So they're getting crystal vibration. They're also getting the color vibration. And then I use my Reiki, and even though you may not be Reiki or a Reiki practitioner, you are still an energy worker through your magic work, and I infuse my intent as a magic worker. I infuse all kinds of intent into these 3 bottles, and then I also infuse the Reiki energy as well in there, so it just enhances and expands the energy level there. And then the next morning I drink each one of those bottles. I start with the blue bottle for healing. So that's my own personal healing, and because there's always something, even if you're totally healthy, which I had not been, because I'd gotten that stuff everybody else has gotten on the internet, that everybody's had it, that stupid stuff that's going around this year was awful. Went into like that bronchial asthma stuff, and it was awful. And so I was drinking the blue one every morning. The green one for prosperity, I use that one every during the day, and then at night before going to bed I had the pink one for self-love. And that is a quick and easy way to start doing color therapy before you even know most of the principles of it. I'm sure you already know the color associations with your intentions and stuff, because magic work uses that as well. And there's another thing that you can also do, which I haven't done yet, but I do plan to incorporate it as well, and that's putting stones inside the water and making a stone elixir with them as well. Such as the pink one, I'll be putting probably rose quartz in there. So that will be also another way of infusing the water with even more energy for the intention and the desired results that you're looking for. So just thought I'd share that as a quick and easy tip for starting color therapy. I think that's awesome that you're looking into it, because I really do love that kind of thing. Right down to the clothes that you pick to wear, the colors that you surround yourself with, they all put off a vibration, and it's actually wonderful. It can do wonders for your mood and the calmness or the energy level that you put into your home. Everything it revolves around color. So that's awesome. You wanted to know where each one of us kind of saw our practice going this year. Well, I have no intention of stopping my practice. I don't take sabbaticals willingly. If I'm taking a sabbatical, it is only because I'm probably overwhelmed or depressed or something, and that's exactly when I shouldn't be away from my altar. I actually, once I realize what I'm doing, go straight back to the altar, because I think the altar, even if that's all you do is just go to your altar and do nothing but clean it, light an incense, sit in front of it. I think that's where you can start getting grounded again and get back to where you need to be. We all have to revamp our practices, and we all need to infuse it with new things. To not be growing is not ever a good thing. So the fact that there's always something more to learn, or something that you can get into some deeper connection, is awesome. That's what I love to do. Where I see my own practice going, I've been a solitaire for most of my life. It was very recently, in the last several years, that I've actually started incorporating people in the community of mine with my practice. I had always operated more like a loner. Not because I wanted to, but because I just never ran into those people. Those people that could enhance my practice. I ran into other type people that gave me a lot of good skills along the way, like yoga, like meditation, like Reiki, like vibrational healing, like crystal lessons, aromatherapy, all kinds of different things that I could incorporate in my practice. But not necessarily were those people who were giving me those lessons in a more magical practice. Or if they were not open with it, and I was unaware of their magic practice. Therefore, I did not necessarily open up about my magical practice to them. But now I have a group of women and one man who has kind of gravitated. We've all kind of gravitated together, and we're now more like a teaching circle. We do rituals. We try to hold things to all of the sabbats. We try to come together at least full moon or new moon. But if we're coming together on the full moon, like we'll be doing either Sunday or Monday night for the full moon, we will not only work for the full moon, but we'll also discuss all the things that we need to do for preparation for the magic that we might personally want to do in our own altar spaces, for our own growth, so that they're prepared and they know and they're focused on preparing themselves for new moon, dark moon and new moon coming up. So that's how we've been kind of doing that. And although I didn't kind of take on a leadership role, it kind of just evolved that way. And it's so I'm having to take on the responsibility of helping others learn, which is not a problem. That's kind of what I do anyway, so it doesn't matter about that. But trying to keep, they keep me engaged, and I keep them engaged and focused, and it is a partnership. I like to think that we're all learning together, and I'm learning just as much as they're learning. So I might be a little more advanced than some of them, but I still feel that I'm on their same level. Basically, I don't look at myself as a high priestess or anything like that. I think that we're more maybe a goddess circle, where we come together, we commune, we talk, we understand each other. So that has been a big part of my practice that started up towards the middle of this year and towards the end. Well, I guess since the autumnal equinox is when it really took off. And I've been very, very blessed. I am getting busier and busier with that because of it, but it's wonderful. Where I want to grow is to get back on my yoga mat and meditation. That's a big area for me, and that's a big focus for me. So I had a shoulder replacement several years ago, and with that came also a bout of pneumonia. And that's why when any of this stuff comes around, my lungs get hit pretty hard, and reminds me that it's a slow process to really get over a bout of pneumonia. The only reason I got it when I had my shoulder replacement was because swine flu was in the hospital and I was exposed to it. And so I came home and 2 days later had swine flu. And that went into pneumonia because I had just had a 2.5-hour operation. So yoga, meditation, and breathing exercises is where I'm going to go develop in my self-healing and my self-love aspirations for the new year. As far as business, for the prosperity the magic that I'm working on, that one is in my sideline businesses. I still have a full-time job, an area manager in a nutrition company, and so I have a background in nutrition, and I'm a Reiki master, so I have my ability, but as I became the Reiki master, I was in the process of buying my home and stuff, so I hadn't actually started my business of Reiki and the Reiki classes. My first Reiki class will be in January, and we're going from there. I have to put up my brochures and get them out and to my local little shop called Moon Goddess by the Sea, and start putting that out. Also, I kind of threw myself into my astrology as well to make myself get out of to make the leap of it. So astrology will also be offered. Nutrition counseling is also going to be offered. So my sideline businesses are basically all very witchy related, and I'm loving every aspect of it. My ultimate idea would be to be self-sustainable that way, to where I could quit my day job. But at this rate, what I've done for my prosperity is that everything that I have to spend, I try to find a way to put the money back into the account, kind of thing, to help me grow. And this last several months has been wonderful, and it has been doing that. And this is the first time I've come off of Yule and Christmas time with actually a surplus of cash in my bank account versus a depleted bank account. I have also declared that all of the major holidays that I celebrate, that you would normally spend money and stuff like that, I have told my family and my friends and everything, my full intention, that from now on, all of my holidays, including my sabbats for my personal spiritual, but I still have, like, I practice Ostara and Beltane, but Easter Sunday I will have dinner and make dinner for my family, my mother and my father and stuff like that. I'm not hung up on those kind of holidays as being, oh, not again, you know. It was something I was raised with. I'm very comfortable, and it is about family. And that is what I'm feeling about all of my holidays, that it is about coming together and spiritually remembering why you're grateful for what you have in your life. And this time, this was the completely stress-free Yule, completely stress-free Christmas. My family didn't have drama. We all were better because we all committed to that, making less materialism and more family presence. And so that's where my focus for 2015 is going to be, is to carry that message through the sabbats and the other holidays along the way. I don't care whether it is related to my beliefs or my older beliefs that I held for many years as well. So I make more of my gifts now. I spend more of my time, like for my parents' 60th wedding anniversary, I didn't buy them a gift. I gave them a gift, but I didn't buy them a gift. My parents, at a 60th wedding anniversary, what is it that this couple would need anymore? Not a whole lot. So what I did was I took the time to write my parents a letter as to what I appreciated about them. Things that I wanted them to know before they died. I didn't want to be saying these kind of things at their funeral. I wanted to be saying this to them when they were still alive. So these are the kind of gifts that I've been giving now. Gifts of my heart, my gratitude, and that's the way I want to continue with my practice. I want these holidays to be more spiritually grounded and more about gratitude and spending it with great friends and family and letting them know how I truly feel about them. I do, of course. I bought my grandsons gifts. They're children, and I want to instill in the children around me the magic of those holidays. I have now incorporated several children into my life that are actually learning magic from me as well. My oldest grandson, my youngest grandson's a little too young yet to really be initiated into that kind of thing, other than that he needs the magic of Christmas given to him. He needs the magic of Easter. He needs the magic of all those holidays. And if I am with him for any of the witchy holidays, he will get all of the magic of those as well. I will still find my ways to incorporate, not only to my 8-year-old grandson, but to my 2-year-old grandson as well. I want him to have a firm foundation of these kind of things as they grow, both of them. And I gave my grandson his first magic wand. That was one of his Christmas presents. So I gave him what he wanted. I gave him books as a gift of knowledge because I want him to be a reader. I want him to enjoy reading. And then I also gave him a magical gift. And this is what I want my children and the children that are also around me. I have 2 other children that are coming in frequently with one of the girls in my circle, and each gift that I've given them have been magical gifts as well. And they're loving it and they're thriving with it, so it's awesome. My other friend has a 3-year-old who's going to be 4, and so he's really starting to get of the age to where we can start bringing him more into the magical realm of gifts and stuff as well too. He is incorporated in all of our rituals. All the children are always welcome in our Sabbat rituals and the meals and the coming together, and that's something that I didn't really have as a solitaire. So I am so looking forward to growing that part of our life. So that's where my practice is kind of going. My main focuses are going to be on my personal health, my personal prosperity, and my spiritual growth in teaching. And that's about all I can handle, because my days are pretty full. They're starting to be more like 80-hour days, but the 40 that I spend in the other part, developing the business, developing myself, it is wonderful. And I have to say, I am blessed, and I feel like 2015 is going to be a super bang up year. Thanks, Mary Part.